Hello, and welcome to the historic 10th edition of What the Hell Just Happened, the video blog that takes a flying leap at a rolling news cycle. Let's see if we can make any sense at all about events that unfolded this week. I'm your host, Martin Ganapoler. We begin at the continuing confirmation hearings of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, who stands accused of sexual assault while in high school. And what the hell just happened there? Well, this week, Kavanaugh's alleged victim, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, publicly declared her identity and the details of the assault, which seem pretty darn vivid to me. No sooner did she do that than Senator Orrin Hatch of Utah claimed she was, quotes, mixed up. Dr. Ford teaches graduate-level psychology and enjoys a solid reputation as a researcher and teacher. She does not project mixed-upness, at least in my opinion. Nonetheless, she immediately started to receive death threats to her and her family, and they had to temporarily move out of her home. The president was curiously quiet about all of this for about as long as he could possibly stand it, until he finally went on TV declaring Brett Kavanaugh was the victim of some heinous conspiracy, and Dr. Ford was the purveyor of false accusation. The Republican leaders of the Judiciary Committee have vowed to quickly confirm him regardless of the outcome of these allegations. Hashtag Kavanaugh. Next, we move to Moscow, which they tell me is in Russia. According to Time magazine feature story, now convicted felon Paul Manafort had secured the position of chairman of the Trump presidential campaign in July of 2016. He offered his services to the campaign for absolutely no pay. So you just know that he was in it for the good of the country. Unfortunately, the country I refer to is Russia. From the moment he came on board the Trump campaign, he was putting out overtures to Russian oligarchs, or as we call them, organized crime bosses, to personally brief them on the campaign in exchange for money. The emails were fast and furious between these guys and contained coded words. References to money, for example, were sometimes rendered as black caviar. How clever. Now that Paul's on the Mueller team, he's agreed to tell all about his dealings with these oligarchs, who are ultimately working for the capo di tutti capi, Vlad Putin himself. Stay tuned, because there's no telling where this story may go, but it'll probably go straight to Russia and then back to Washington, D.C. Now we trundle down to the Lone Star State of Texas. You remember that guy from Austin named Cody Wilson? No? If I said who is the entrepreneur who distributed files to make an untraceable 3D printed pistol, would that jog your memory? Yeah, that guy! And what the hell just happened to him? Well, he's just been charged with a crime. Illegally selling guns, you ask? Hell no! That's totally legal. What he's been charged with is child sexual assault. His young victim told the Center for Child Protection on August 27th that she met Wilson through SugarDaddyMeat.com. Pardon me, just a moment of nausea. Anyway, the victim told investigators that Wilson, who was going by his sugar daddy pseudonym Sanjuro, sent her pictures of his penis, and she responded with nude photos of herself. They later met in a parking lot of a coffee shop where Cody Wilson picked her up and took her to a hotel. He then proceeded to have sex with the minor girl and gave her $500, which he presumably earned selling 3D gun plans. Then he dropped her off at Whataburger. Seems like quite a guy. Hey Cody, repeat after me. This is my pistol, this is my gun. This one's for shooting, this one's for fun, but never with minors. Disgusting excuse for a human being. Well, let's stay in Texas for a hot minute, shall we? There's a guy down in San Antonio named Wesley Ryan, a married man and father of two. 12 years ago, his wife had ovarian cancer and needed expensive operations. Wesley did what he had to do and decided to sell his prized 1993 Ford Mustang that he named Christine to cover the costs. This was a huge loss for Wesley, but the good news is that his beloved wife Laura recovered and survives to this day. So what the hell just happened to the Ryan family? Well, the kids, now grown adults, noticed an ad on Craigslist for a 1993 Mustang. Upon further inquiry, they discovered the car was indeed Christine herself, right down to the VIN number. So they secretly bought the car. They told their dad to meet them at a local Kohl's parking lot at 9:25 p.m. and he reluctantly showed up, not knowing what the deal was. And there was Christine. Needless to say, Wesley was overcome with emotion and wept in gratitude. You can see a video of it on Facebook. You know, love sometimes does have a way of finding its way back home. Hey, thanks for watching. I just hope you'll stick around for the next 10 episodes of What the Hell Just Happened. And remember, the midterm election is less than 60 days from now. I know you'll vote, but please remind everyone you know that they have to vote too. Bye for now.